Morning, everybody. How the hell you doing today? Got a few cows way out there. Which is fine. No biggie. That's where they're supposed to be, right? They have access to that field, so... what are we doing? We are heading to Blair's Ag to pick up a fertilizer applicator and about 1.5 tons of fertilizer to put on the ground. There'll be 2 different trips because it's 2 different blends. The one blend is like a 10-20, a 10, let me think here now. No, it's not a 10-20-20, it's a 10-30-0-10. So 10 nitro, 30 phos, 0 potash, and 10 sulfur. And what is that blend for? Well, that's my own concoction of blended up materials for our new hayfield. We're going to be seeding alfalfa into the ground next spring on the one field, and that's the blend that I want down to give it a booster. Anyways, on the other field, it's totally different because it's not going into hay. It'll either be a barley or a wheat. So we're going heavy on the N, or heavier, and lighter on the phos, and the same on the sulfur, no potash again. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So it's about 1.5 tons of the one blend and 1.5 tons of the other blend for these 2 fields. We're going to get them fertilized today, and if we get a chance, we'll get moved into the field for to start working it in. We'll be disking all this land down. So let's get over to Blair's Ag and get our product and get to work in the field. Talk to you later. Alrighty guys, well, we got the machine. There it is. We're loaded up. 2 ton from Blair's Ag here. Right there's the sign. There's the guys walking away from the loading station. Anyways, what are we doing? Well, we changed it up a little bit. We're going with a they got phos or potash in, so it's basically a 40-40-10. We're not putting nitrogen in because the crop should get a lot of the nitrogen requirement off of the phos and the potash, at least for the alfalfa. And we had to up the rate a little bit, pounds per acre, simply because this machine won't put down 50 pounds an acre at the density level that I wanted to go. So we upped the rate to 90 pounds an acre, and now we should be good to rock and roll. So we just got to get home, get in the field, and start the machine up. So talk to you when we get in the field. Look at all these little buggers. You come to the gate and it's all the calves that come running up to you first. It's not the cows. The cows will trail up a little bit, but the calves sure come running up to greet us. This is not the field we're going to be fertilizing in right now. On, get out of the road, you little shits. You shouldn't call them little. Some of them are pretty good size already. like 600 pounds, that red guy right there. And it's another more or less month to till sale day. But anyways, we got to get to the north field. This gate down at this end is easier to open and close than the north gate, so that's why I came through here. Anyway, let's get out there, get her set up, and go from there. Alrighty guys, well, we're going here. We got the old GPS set up here. We'll do our 2 headlands and then we'll start hitting her back and forth. My GPS set up in inches, so I'm hooked up as for 660 inches. And I don't know if you guys can make that out or not, but I can kind of sort of see it coming out. When you look at the tire there below the boom, you can kind of sort of see stuff coming out. I can anyways. Just got to be careful we don't smack the goddamn fence, right? Anyway, I'll bring you guys back a little bit later. This is putting fertilizer down for 24 in the fall of 23. Later. This is good. The cows decided they should come out to this end of the field today. They don't normally come out here. But being that I'm out here, they decided to come and investigate what I'm doing, and now they're going to hang around. Good thing I got a horn on Big Blue. Chase them out of the road. Run, you little bugger. Won't be long and we'll be done in this field. Cover a lot of ground when you're 57 feet wide. Anyway, keep on going. Alrighty guys, well, we're back in the field here. There's our machine. So this one is a 60-10-0-10. It's a lot higher on the nitrogen side. And we're running basically 90 pounds of actual going down. So anyways, no time like the present. Let's get her going, right? Alrighty guys, just gonna do a quick little shout out here to Piper Doug. So if you guys haven't been over and checked out Piper Doug's videos, get the heck on over there and hit that subscriber button for him. The guy's busy as hell. He's doing third cut hay right now in October. He's building fence, barbed wire fence, electric fence. He's building a new cattle shelter. He's picking bales, stacking bales, raising cows. And I think he really needs a lot more subscribers than just 700. So get on over to Piper Doug's channel and hit that sub button and leave him a comment. Tell him BP sent you over there. And if nothing else, hit that subscriber button, if for no other reason, because he's a Canadian. There's a hell of a lot of us guys on the old YouTubers that almost all of them are from the States. There ain't too many of us Canadians on the old YouTubes. So get on over there and subscribe to Piper Doug's channel. And it is exactly what I said. You just search in your Google search Piper Doug. So he's a good shit. Anyway, he's from Manitoba. What else can I say? I think it's worth it. Worth it for you to get over there and subscribe to his channel. And it doesn't cost you nothing. While you're at it, if anybody out there is watching my videos, hit that subscriber button. We got more than half of our views are from non-subscribers. So come on, guys. It don't cost you nothing to subscribe. Fun, fun, fun. Let's get her done. We'll catch y'all later. Okay, guys, so let's just touch on a subject of fertilizer, okay? Fertilizer comes in many different ways. Your organic guys use what they call a green manure as fertilizer to build their nitrogen levels. And they'll do crop rotations and cover crops to build their organic matter levels. Plow them back in. Like clover is a big one, yellow blossom clover, sweet clover as some people might call it. That's a big one for the organic guys. Then there's the cow farmers. We have our manure that we'll spread on the ground, work that in. It's a hell of a fertilizer because you get everything in that stuff. And there's granular fertilizer, like it's a man-made product, more or less. And, well, we're doing both. Here at the BCP Farm and Trucking Ranch, we do manure application and granular application. So we're slowly working towards just manure, but at this point I'm still applying granular. So are we stewards as a cattle guy? I believe we are probably a better steward of the land than the grain guys because we have the manure, we have the cows that we can rotate on and off the land, and healthy ground grows healthy grass and feed, and grain, which grows healthy cows and healthy calves, which in turn grows healthy people that are eating that beef from those animals, or the grain from that land. So I believe we are probably the best stewards of the land as a cattle rancher. We have to be, otherwise we would never sustain our herds on the acres that we raise them on. It's all about healthy ground, guys. Now, my fertilizer application here that we're doing it here in the fall. We gotta, just let me get turned around here, guys. We're doing our fertilizer, our granular fertilizer application in the fall, so that we don't have to worry about it in the spring. By doing it in the fall, we accomplish two things. One, we eliminate this pass with that big red machine behind me. We eliminate this pass in the spring and save us time. And two, we eliminate having to work it in the ground in the spring to save us time. Why am I working it in the ground? Well, I'll be working this stuff in the ground this fall. And the reason I work it in the ground, because as it sits over the winter, I could lose If it's just sitting on top of the ground, when it's nitrogen, a granular nitrogen, I could lose as much as 15-20%. But when you put it in the ground and you cover it up, at the most we might lose 5. At the very, very most. If it was to rain right away after we lay this on the ground, then that would be the best. Like, then we would really get that nitrogen. It would break down with the rain and it would soak into the ground, and that would be the best. But if you don't get that moisture to break it down and get it in the ground, then in my estimation, it's best if you cover it up. By putting manure down the way we have been over the last couple years, we don't have to put as much fertilizer down as we used to. I used to put down like 150 pounds of fertilizer per year, per acre. Now we're doing we're doing 85 on here right now, because that's as low as I can get this machine to go. But otherwise, I would be down to 50. So slowly but surely, we're breaking her down, and we're cutting our fertilizer expense and granular fertilizer use basically by 25 to 35%. Anywho, just my 2 cents. I'm gonna get this field done and we'll bring y'all back a little bit later. Alrighty guys, so to give you an idea, let's get down here on the ground a little closer. There you go. You see all the little white pebbles? That generally would be our nitrogen. And then this one's a little off color. That's probably our phos. It's a little brownish color. Our sulfur, I believe, is also white. This is a slow release nitrogen stuff, apparently. I don't know for sure. Just telling you what I was told. But when you look around, you can see it's everywhere. See that? And so, and the whole field is done. Now this is this darker spot right here, that's where we were spreading manure. So our manure spread basically from where I'm standing right now, my boot line right here, let's just take a walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just about 8 paces. 7.5 at 3 feet per pace. What the hell is that? That'd be what? 7 times 3. I guess we're about 25 feet. So that's bang on right where it's supposed to be. So now we just got to take that machine home and then get Big Blue fueled up and start working this stuff into the ground so we don't lose it over the winter, right? No time like the present. Let's get at her. Talk to you guys later. Alrighty guys. So we got 100 acres all fertilized now. You were there. You saw it happen firsthand. You seen it happen before CP saw it happen. Anyway, now came home, fueled up Big Blue, got him hooked up to the 23-foot white 271 disc. But we're not going discing. What the hell, BP? You said you need to work it in the ground. We do need to work it in the ground. But we're not doing it right now. Nope, nope, nope. Not doing it right now. What are we doing? Oh, look, a fox. You guys see him? There he is. See that right there? There he is. Mr. Foxy. Or is that Mrs. Foxy? That's Mrs. Foxy. Mr. Foxy had a darker coat. Mrs. Foxy was lighter colored. Sorry about the dirty windows. Almost looks like she's limping a little bit. Anyway. In that area where we spread manure this year, remember I was saying when I was cleaning corrals, corral 2 is a son of a bitch and there was lots of rocks in it? Well, before I go disking, I want to pick a bunch of them friggin' rocks. There's a bunch of basketball sized stones out there. So we're gonna go and get those picked off. We'll hand pick them. And that way they're not gonna get stuck in between the disc blades and cause problems. Anywho, oh my goodness gracious, it's like friggin' 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Had a very late lunch, or 3 o'clock, early supper, whatever you want to call it. So we can go spend a couple hours out there before it gets dark and pick a bunch of them stones by hand. I'm gonna let y'all go. We'll bring you back later. Alrighty guys, so there's another one to give you an idea of the size of stone. It's not huge, but might as well pick it, right? That's how many we've got so far. Basically what I'm doing is going in between the rows, and you can see the rows. And just looking at the ground. That's how you pick stones, right? Lots of these stones I don't have to really pick them, but why are you out here with me? Well, see that manure line? See how it's like this? Right here? It's just as thick right here as the stubble is tall, basically 6 to 8 inches. And that's how she goes. Anywhere from 4 to 8 inches all the way. So when you're driving across it this way, you actually go up and over. The tractor bounces over these fucking things. So I know my disc will rip it up somewhat, but I'm thinking I'm gonna come in here with my harrows and we're gonna harrow this back and forth 2 or 3 times, and then we'll disc it. Just this area where the manure was put in rows. Now why, you ask? Because the harrows will rip these rows up and spread them out more, I think, than the disc will. And Cam Bites is hauling grain. There he is. They got a couple trucks going here today. But, and then also, I found a few stones that were pretty much covered in manure. You couldn't even see them. There's one. Until you were on top of it. So by harrowing it, that'll help flip those stones up. That one might have been there from before even. But we're out here picking, so let's pick it, right? And so, anyway, fun, right? Let's get her done. Later. Alrighty guys, well, we got the manure stones all picked off. I'm just kind of making my way over to the stone pile straight ahead, right there. Looking for stones as I go. And then there's two big bastards. I might see if I can't hook them with the loader and lift them out of the ground in what's to be the new hay field over here. How that's gonna shake down, I don't know, but it'll be what it'll be. CP has a concern of what are these cows and calves gonna eat if I go and disc all this ground down, because we don't really want to start feeding cattle yet, but I don't really want to be caught with my pants down and the ground freezes and nothing is disced, right? I guess we could leave it for a week or so, maybe even 2, and then hit it with the disc. That's always a possibility. So, and yes, if anybody's wondering, there is some big stones. All of these stones came out of this field. So, and we'll just add to the stone pile. So one of my stones that's I need to dig out. You see that red cow right there? It's pretty much right at her ass. That's where the stone is, in that low spot. And then there's another one right over there where that red cow is, kind of on that little knoll. So let's give this a try and see what happens. I'll bring you back in a minute or two. Well, we managed to get one of them. Got the first one out. There he is. Little bastard. I wouldn't say he's that little, but we got him out. This edge right here was sticking up about that high. Give you an idea. So this part right here was sticking out of the ground, right about there where my finger is. So if we're cutting hay in here, we would have smacked that with friggin' hay bind every goddamn pass we made. Won't have to worry about that no more. So we'll go dump him in the stone pile, and then we'll come back to our little knoll where the other one is, and we'll work at getting the other one out of here. There, we got that one too. It's not exactly small either, right? I have to dig a little bit of a hole for him, but got it all filled back in. Goddamn badgers are digging holes out here right now too. Son of a bitch. Worst thing for a hayfield is gophers and badgers. Terrible. I'd have to say that between the gophers and the badgers, that's worse than moles. Anywho, give us the old thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share the videos, and fun. Let's get her done. We'll catch y'all later.